1,000 shapes it wore. It, that thought, that intelligence, it wore, took numberless names. A need of multitude and uncertainty pricks it forever to pursue the one. So that is how it tries to look at the one, look at the whole. It looks at the whole how? By seeing parts, by seeing bits, by seeing small elements. It tries to look at the integral, at the whole, at the totality of things. Pricks it forever to pursue the one on countless roads across the vast of time. So every time, every pursuit of time, it is counting bits and small and things like that all the while. On countless roads across the vast of time, through circuits of unending different. On roads of time, road is straight, but through circuits of unending difference. The whole character of mind is break, differentiate. So that is an endless process. Through that endless process of analysis, of fragmentation, of discretization, it tries to look at the one. You want to see matter, you start breaking, till that matter itself disappears, you see. And in that process of breaking, fragmentation, you want to see what substance is, which is not possible for this kind of a mind to do, you see. But its approach is to break. In fact, it may be wrong to demand that this mind should look at the whole. Because functionally, it is meant to be there for discretization of things. It has a certain role to play, to analyze, to break till the end. So functionally it is meant for that. So it is a wrong demand that this mind, this intelligence, this rational intelligence should look at the whole, at the integrity of the whole thing. You see. It burns all breasts with an ambiguous fire. Naturally, so when it is burning in our breast, the fire is ambiguous, whether this or that, it cannot decide at all, you see. A radiance gleaming on a murky stream, radiance gleaming on a murky stream. So the dark stream is there, and there is a kind of glitter, there is a kind of a flash on the stream. It flamed towards heaven. Well, that is its character. It flamed, then sank, engulfed towards hell. Its aspiration is there, but ultimately it sinks down. The whole process of analysis will bring it down to hell, you see. It climbs to drag down truth into the mire. So it does climb. For what purpose? To bring down truth. To understand, to know, to grasp things. It tries that thing. But when it does that kind of a thing, what does it do? Instead of seeing the truth, it brings it down into the mire. Into muddy things, you see. It climbed to drag down truth into the mire and use for muddy end its brilliant force. Whose is of that force, of that truth? Its brilliant force. A huge chameleon, gold and blue and red, so mighty chameleon. That is the first he describes it as a hunchback rider. Now that hunchback rider is a chameleon, changing colors constantly, depending upon the environments, it will change the colors. It is green, it is blue, it is gold, variety of colors it gives. Now he says, huge chameleon, gold and blue and red. Gold stands for spiritual color. Blue stands for mind, pure mind. Red for the physical. So it has the spiritual color, it has the mental color, it has the physical color also like that. You see. Huge chameleon, gold and blue and red, and at the same time turning into black and grey and lurid brown to the subconscious, to the subvital colors, These are the subvital colors, black and grey and lurid brown, dirty brown. repulsive ground. Hungry, it stares from a mortal bow of life. Stare from a mortal bow of life. So you have got the tree of life, it is sitting on that, hungry to snap up insect joy. It is sitting on the bow to catch insects for his joy, his favorite food. So ultimately that's what he is catching small little things. So it's a very vital kind of a description. To snap up insect joy, his favorite food, the dingy sustenance of a sumptuous prey, nursing the splendid passion of its use. Splendid passion of its use, because it is a chameleon. He has described 6 colors, so it keeps on changing colors, hue, and the passion of each color is what is describing. You see. The dingy sustenance of a sumptuous prey, nursing the splendid passion of its use. All those you have a passion for that kind of a, and that is now. So first it is the hunchback rider. Now it is chameleon. Now it is snake of flame. So these are all occult images. These are all occult images. They are not really surrealistic. They are occult vital images. Occult vital images. A snake of flame with a dark cloud for tail. Snake of flame. So that is the higher part of it, bright, brilliant, of the mental level, upper one. But the tail is dark, like a cloud. The subconscious vital, you see. A snake of flame with a dark cloud for tail, followed by a dream brood of glittering thoughts. A lifted head with many tiny flickering crests. It licked at knowledge with a smoky tongue. Because it is snake, so it is licking at knowledge with a smoky tongue. Now he describes it as a snake of flame. Snake is a seducer. Snake is a seducer basically. So he is kind of seducing also, see. Snake of flame with a dark cloud tail, followed by a dream brood of glittering thought. It lifted with many tiny flickering crest. It licked at knowledge with a smoky tongue. A whirlpool sucking an empty air. Now the fourth description is whirlpool, you see. Whirlpool. A whirlpool sucking in an empty air. So the whirlpool is sucking. It is drawing everything into it, you see. It based on vacancy, stupendous claim, in nothingness born, to nothingness return, yet all the time. Unwittingly it drove towards the hidden something, that is all. It is unwittingly, it is trying to do in its own way, but it does not know that it is doing something for the something, hidden something, that is all. Means the whole function is actually in a way, in a very distant way, belonging to something hidden. Hidden something. All his activities, all his actions, all his discretizations or analysis or breaking up is a part of that something which is all ardent to find, incapable to retain. A brilliant instability was its mark. Brilliant instability, constant change was its mark. To err is inborn trend. Well, because it is vital mind, it is bound to err constantly. It is its native cue. It is driven more by the vital than by the mind proper. Therefore, at once to an unreflecting credence thrown, it thought all true that flattered its own whole. So whatever is going to flatter it, it thought it is own true. It cherished golden nothings, born of wish. It smashed at the unreal for provender. Smashed at the unreal for provender, food. Snatch the unreal. So, what is unreal? It is taking as its food, you see, all the while. It snatched at the unreal for provender. It based on vacancy, stupendous claims. It based on vacancy, stupendous claim. So what is void? It is on that it is claiming something. It wants something to come out from that also. It based, I am, on vacancy. On I am, say, vacancy, stupendous. So, I am, pretty stupend. I am, just claim, and I am. In nothing, born to nothingness return. That is what is claim. From the nothing, born to nothing return, again back. That is his claim, you see. Means ultimately what happens? Whatever you gain, it goes back into vacancy, into nothing. It awaits nothing substantial as such, you see. Ardent to find, incapable to retain, a brilliant instability was this man. To err is inborn trend, is native cue. At once, to an unreflecting credence prone, it thought all true that flattered its own hopes. Well, whatever it supported, it flattered. It cherished golden nothing, born to wish. That again, that from nothing to nothing, that is its claim, cherished. It snatched at the unreal for provender. That is its food. In darkness, it snatched at the unreal for provender. It snatched, I am, at the Pyrrhic, unre, I am, all for Pyrrhic, provender, amphibrach. Lastly, amphibrach, provender. In darkness, it discovered luminous shapes. Well, something has happened with this mind, you see. Peering into a shadow hung half light, it saw huge images scrolled on fancy scale. Huge images scrolled and fancy scale. So you imagine in the darkness of a cave, and on the cave wall there are images scrawled written down on that thing. Well, actually, fancy cave, it reminds one of Plato's cave. Plato's cave. You are standing in the cave, and only one light is coming from the outside. And people who are walking outside, you don't see them, but you see their shadows cast on the wall. You see the shadows cast on the wall. They walk, and on the basis of those shadows, then you try to understand what is happening, what are the events taking place, and that kind of a thing. Now, Plato's cave is a very famous example of the idea becoming here, the real idea. Idea is there, its image, its reflection, its projection on the wall is what you see. You don't really see the idea at all. You see only what is projected on the wall. Now, the problem with this analogy is you think that at every point, from idea to the image on the wall, there is a kind of a faithful reproduction. You don't think that the wall is going to distort the image. You don't think that the light which is shining is going to give different colors to the image. See, because these are the things which happen actually. You see a picture of the camera, but then that camera itself may bring out some of its own distortion. It may not be the real person who is sitting in front of the camera, you see. So, we are actually removed very far away from reality because of these intervening instruments which have got used there, you see. So it is a fancy scroll, all right, but ultimately the reality is lost completely. We cannot assert that what I am seeing on the wall is the real thing, what is being reflected of that. I can't assert that. Maybe there is a very beautiful tree, that thing, but when it goes on the wall there, I mean, it undergoes so many changes, so many transmutations, that it may look a different kind of a tree altogether here, you see. Its colors may change, its branches may be crooked, and whatnot, you see. Peering the shadow on half line, it saw huge images scrawled on fancy scale, or it swept in circle through conjectures night. So, if you are not seeing that image, you keep on making conjectures, imagination. You think like this, like that, etc. And caught in imagination's camera. Now, this imagination's camera can also bring distortion. Each camera will bring aberrations. Each camera will bring aberration. There is no camera without aberration. The colors may not be absolutely faithful, the figure may not be absolutely faithful like that, because they are inherent in the device. Or swept a circle through conjecture's night and caught in imagination's camera. Bright signs of promise, hail, but transient flares, and in that you think that there are bright scenes. Fixed in life's air, the feet of hurrying dream, fixed in life's air, the feet of hurrying dream. What an image, what a complex picture is here. Life air, and in that air, you have got feet of hurrying dreams moving like that. That is what you see actually physically. Very complex picture that we see. Fixed in lives here, spontaneous. The feet of her and ink stream anapist. Get points of passing form, hooded power, and flash images of half-seen verities. Half-seen verity. Already you see half-seen, but then still you have doubt whether they are really verities or what you are seeing are seeing distorted images. You see, the image itself is distorted by our senses, by our faculties, by our instruments, you see.